Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna be reviewing Boruto episode 80. This episode was just straight beautiful. But anyways, let's get into this. So instead of the beginning part, we get to see, it looks like it's going back in the past. To tell us what actually happened with Mitsuki going with the group, and we get to see Mitsuki is once they're talking to him, he gets to question them about, will he find his will through Lord if he goes with them. Even though he was kind of like being forced by him with, the Akna, whatever you call it, I kind of forgot. Like I said, we get to see him do that. And then of course that's when, as they're talking, that's when, we call it the gatekeepers, they come in. That's when Mitsuki comes in and stops his heartbeat after he did the snake lightning on the gatekeepers, to try to protect him. Because, he didn't really want to kill him, including he left that snake there, as we already know from previous episodes, to, tell Boruto about, that is his will to leave. But now we know that his will is, he's trying to find it by, going with this group. They kind of forced him. He's also willingly to go. So it's kind of like a, 50-50 type thing going on. But later on inside the episode, we get to see, we call it Kikuyo, Mitsuki, and Sakai. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have a little bit of problems remembering names. It's a little bit hard. But anyways, we get to see him, they're talking, and Sakai is asking Mitsuki, how does it feel to be human and all that, and he was like telling him about all that stuff. Because, like I said, as we already see, Sakai is always, He's always wondering how it feels to be human, because he's synthetic, just like the Akna, but he also knows that Mitsuki is also synthetic, but Mitsuki has more human-like traits than what Sakai has. But we saw at the beginning of the Boruto series, Mitsuki was acting, kind of the same way Sakai was. He was always wondering, how does it feel to be like human? Because he would always ask Boruto he'd be asking him similar questions. So I feel like Sakai, he's going through the same thing that Mitsuki did, but Mitsuki, even though he doesn't act fully like a human, still does act weird. I feel like Mitsuki he's more seasoned now, as I like to call it, in acting more like a human. So he kind of tells, Sakai about how it feels and all that. But anyways, we get to see, as they're talking, Sakai just breaks down because, as we know from the previous episode, Sakai is actually sick, and because, he has to run off like meds and all that. Kind of like how we saw, Kind of like how we saw Itachi, how Itachi had to take medicine to keep him alive because, he kind of had like ninja aids. And, Sakai, he kind of has, I guess you could call it that, he kind of has like ninja aids in a way. He's kind of like crystallizing, so I can't really explain it, but yeah, that's what Sakai is kind of going through, so he has to take meds to keep him alive, just like Itachi did. But anyways, Kikuyo was starting to panic a tidbit, and he had to go and get the meds for him, but he still doesn't trust Mitsuki, so he's still on the front with them, because we saw in some previous episodes that Kikuyo still doesn't trust him. But later on, as we keep on seeing, we get to see Mitsuki and Sakai talking while he's on against the rock, and he gets to talk about about Boruto and Chocho and all that, which I thought, I'm kind of seeing Chocho and Mitsuki kind of shipping them, but I don't really want to get too much in that. I kind of thought that was kind of cute. But he was talking about all that, and this scene is just very emotional, and I actually truly loved it. How the music and everything and all that, but they were kind of getting a little bit in sus range how close they were getting. But I don't know if that was just me though. But I thought that was quite nice. But a little bit before that, we get to see the Tsuchikage, aka Kurosuchi, and we see Anoki. He's inside the bedridden, and we get to see them talking about him. Like, they're surprised he's still alive, but I think her brother or something, I forgot, he got like kind of pissed off about that. But anyways, we get to see fast forward a little bit, we get to see Kurosuchi fight forgot his name. Anyways, she fought one of them, and yeah, she did seem a little bit fodder inside this episode, way she kind of just went down so easily. But at the same time, she just saw her brother get downed. So this is kind of like so like an assassination, but it didn't really kill her. But anyways, I'm kind of thinking that Kurosuchi might be Lord Ku. It could possibly be Lord Ku or something like that. Not unless Lord Ku is like what do you call it? Not unless Lord Ku is sort of like Danzo, where he had like the foundation and he was secretly doing some twisted stuff behind the scenes while Hiruzen was the Hokage and all that. So Lord Ku might be like Danzo, or Lord Ku could be Kurosuchi secretly. We just don't know at the moment. But this is all just theorizing. It could be anyone. Like, say, it could be a whole new character, or it could be her. But I kind of doubt it though. But to get back, we get to see it goes back to the scene with Sakai and Mitsuki. And as they're talking, Mitsuki brings some flowers and all that, and they get to talk about Boruto and all that. Boruto and Chocho, because Sakai want to know about humans, like I said earlier. And he told him that Boruto is his son, and of course he's the moon, which is Mitsuki. And I think Sakai said something in the remarks of, you can't be too close to the sun or else it'll burn you. It's best for you to stay far away. It was something in that matter. I don't know if that's in quotes, but we get to see them talk about that, including Mitsuki was talking about Chocho, about how much she eats and all that. Like, they were just having a great conversation. I thought this conversation was really nice. Including he was talking about, Mitsuki has never cried before, so he was trying to describe that. And he was asking, if he died, will you cry for me? And Mitsuki, I think he said something about like, no, I don't think I will. But he's also asking, since he's close to Boruto, will he cry if he died? And that's like a shocking revelation to Mitsuki, that he would ask that in-depth question. But after he asked all that, that's when as he was asking about best friends and all that, he brung up that he already knew that Mitsuki was holding back a secret, because he was asking about best friends hold secrets, right, and all that. But he knew that Mitsuki was holding a secret. So this man Sakai is actually fairly smart. I think he might be the smartest one so far that I've ever seen, other than Kikuyo. But this man Sakai, I already know that he fake killed that shinobi and all that. He was holding this man for hostage, which I kind of thought that was a little bit extreme. But to get back what I was talking about earlier about about Boruto being the sun and all that, and he's the moon, and he is very far away. He was saying something about Mitsuki never really was surrounded by friends like Boruto always have. Boruto has always had friends around to help support him and all that. So Boruto's always had it easy around compared to him. And Mitsuki, he was like more of questioning himself, that the feelings that he has for Boruto and his friendship with them, it might be all fake. So Mitsuki, he's just more of questioning himself, like as we saw inside the ending part, the ending of the Boruto ending. outro, or whatever you want to call it, we get to see that Mitsuki is like questioning himself as we're watching that. So we're seeing it, kind of wind down that what's really happening inside this episode on why Mitsuki's trying to find his will and all that. But after that, we get to see, it goes back to Sakai, and Sakai's sickness gets really, really bad, where he's basically on his dying point. He said something about, is this how it feels to fall asleep? Because, Sakai is a synthetic being. Can't really call him a human, but he's a synthetic being that never has fallen asleep. So, he didn't realize that he was actually dying. But anyways, we get to see, Mitsuki pick him up. He takes him to Kikuyo and all that, because they're rushing in with the antidote or medicine, whatever you want to call it. They inject it into him to help save his life. But a little bit before that, we get to, after Sakai finds out all the secrets that Mitsuki was holding, he was saying that maybe if I die, maybe no one will know about, telling us in Sakai's words, but I'm just not really paraphrasing, but oh well. He was saying something about, maybe if I die, no one will know your secret. But of course, they probably will find out eventually. But later on inside that episode, we get to see, Kikuyo and all of them, they're really not trusting Mitsuki. They're thinking, I have a hunch that maybe Mitsuki did something to Sakai, which was really not the case. But as they're questioning him, we see that one girl, I forgot her name. I kind of just forgot, but anyways, we see her. She opens up her eyes, which we never seen her open up her eyes before, and it looked like a Dojutsu to me. I don't know why, but I found that really, really interesting. I said, man, her eyes was actually low-key pretty, because, as you guys see inside my favorite color is purple. So to see beautiful purple glowing eyes like that is really beautiful to me. I don't know if you guys liked it or not, but I did personally. But we get to see that her eyes possibly looks like it sees right through people, like to see whether you're lying or not, which, as she said, his eyes are clear, but he's not trustworthy. So her eyes can pierce into your brain in a way, I guess. Sort of like a Sharingan, but, not really Genjutsu-like, but I can't really explain it. Like, that probably is a Dojutsu of some sort. So I'm kind of questioning that. I thought that was pretty unique. I liked her eyes personally. But after that, we get to see, Sakai wakes back up from consciousness, and he stands up for Mitsuki. He's kind of lying on Mitsuki's end to, protect him, because he qualifies him as his best friend, because, that's his first best friend, which is Mitsuki. And he wanted to stand up for him, even though he actually is holding back on some stuff. Like, he actually didn't kill that gatekeeper, but that's a secret in between them and all that. But anyways, he's still saying that he's dying, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be a major thing for Mitsuki. If and when Sakai dies, this will impact Mitsuki greatly. That, it's not his first best friend, but one of his best friends dies on him. It's just a prediction. This is not a fact, but I'm assuming that Sakai probably will die. But anyways, that's been my review. Tell me guys what you think in the comments. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new. And also like this video to support your boy. But anyways, it's been your boy Dio Balboa. I'm out.